So let's look ahead to the weekend. Fairyhouse on Saturday. The Solarina Mares Novices Hurdle, Grade 3. Three interesting mares running for you in Aurora Vega, Baby Kate and Fancy Girl. What do you make of the race?
Yeah, look, it's a race where we normally send some of our best mares. So Aurora Vega got back on track. She obviously finished clinically abnormal when she pulled up in Wexford to just draw a line through that run. And I thought she was good the last day in Fairyhouse. She's obviously got to carry a £4 penalty for having won two races, so that doesn't make life easy for her. But we're hoping that she can continue, put Wexford behind her and continue back on her winning run. But then we've also got Baby Kate, who like Key Vega or Aurora Vega out of Key Vega, and Baby Kate out of Augusta Kate. So it's great to see the next generation coming along. But Baby Kate was very good in Nace. We were pleasantly surprised. She stays very well. Like her mother, she doesn't do anything flashy. But I think 2-2 around Fairyhouse will really suit her. And I wouldn't be forgetting her in any way, shape, sense, or form. Obviously she's already won around Cheltenham in Bumper Air last November. So the lads who own her have one eye on March. And then Fancy Girl will be a very different type. The other two mares are very small, compact mares. Fancy Girl is a big, long striding. She's obviously a point-to-point winner. And she won well in Cork the last day, jumped out, made all. And really, I see her more as a stayer. I think I think she's going to be 2.5, 3 miles in time. So whether this trip is going to be just on the short side for her, might just catch her out.
You ride Fill Your Eye in the Bumper. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, Fill Your Eye, brother to Colreevy, looks nothing like her. She was a fine, big, strong mare, and he's a lot smaller, a lot slighter. Not particularly pretty. He's kind of chestnut and white kind of stripe on his face. By leading light. But I like what I've seen of him. He's not, again, he doesn't put his hand up when you're in the mornings when you look at him. But when we brought him away to the Curragh, I thought he worked nicely. And it's a very hot little race. Gordon and Henry Bromhead both have horses with decent form. But the horse I'm most concerned about is Joseph O'Brien's horse, which is a fabulous pedigree. The dam won a bumper, and 3 or 4 of the siblings won bumpers, and the likes of Calopsia and Level Never Ending. So that pedigree, whenever I see it in a bumper, I'm always very wary of it. So that's the one I'd be very most worried about. But it's a hot little race. But Fill Your Eye, he might not live up to his sister, but I think he'll win plenty of races.
Let's talk about Sunday now and Anzadam in the Limestone Lad. You've only got 2 opponents. What are you hoping to learn from him on his second run for the stable?
Yeah, well, look, it was a pleasant surprise what he did in Fairyhouse. And at home he's a hardy ride. He wears a hood, and he was entered obviously over across the water, but on only a second run for us. We were looking for a smaller step up, and the Limestone Lad provided that. So yeah, it's cut up. Obviously Beacon Edge brings a fair level of form to it, but I'd be wary of the bottom horse, Durkin's horse. He was nearly rated 100 in the flat, and he won very well first time out. Beating a couple of fancied horses with the right owners and trainers. So it might not be quite as much of a penalty kick as some people might appear to be. But look, we will be disappointed if he gets beaten. We're hoping he can make up into champion hurdle horse. But it's a big ask for him because he's having to do things very quickly. It's only a second run in Ireland for us.
Talk about Dancing City, one of the success stories of last season, one of the best, or the best, staying novice hurdler. What have you made of his transitions to fences so far?
Yeah, look, he's a horse that generally needs a run or two to get really fit. So again, we were delighted that he's able to win first time out and win so well. We were hoping the fences were going to bring out the best in him, and it's a competitive race again. Bioluminance is there, Di Capo is there, but I think 3 miles around Nace should really suit him. And obviously he went to Aintree, Punchestown, Cheltenham DRF last year. He won 3 out of the 4. He should be the one to beat, and hopefully he can win this en route to heading towards the Brown Advisory.
Just finally, Addy Amos in the bumper for the double green team. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, 2-2 bumper. Bumper Jasmine DeVoe won last year. And again, this fella wouldn't be unlike Jasmine. He's not much to look at. He's kind of a smaller, slighter type. By a sire I don't know much about, Gulliani. He wasn't an expensive store. And but again, I think he has a bit of speed, and we don't get too caught up with bumpers 2 mile or 2 mile 2. It's Nace is a kind of actually a fast track. It used to be a real stamina track, but they did some drainage there a couple of years ago, and it's never as much of a stamina test as it used to be. So it looks the weaker of the weekend bumpers. I don't think there's as much depth to this race, even though there's more runners as there is at the race on Saturday. And yeah, I'd be disappointed if Andy Amish doesn't do the business. I like his work at home, and I think he's got a little turn of foot, and I think hopefully he can follow up Jasmine's win there last year.